Hi, everybody. Please help me keep Greyhawk alive by liking this video and subscribing. It really does help. You can also become a member of the channel or support me on Patreon and get early access to my videos, exclusive content, free or at-cost copies of my Greyheim Adventures modules, and more. Thanks, and enjoy the show. I noticed something weird about Greyhawk's gods, and I want to talk about it today on Greyhawk Grognard. So I was looking through the gods of the world of Greyhawk in my well-worn copy of the Guide to the World of Greyhawk, and I noticed something peculiar. There's only one lawful evil god in the list. Out of all the deities there, Hextor, the Iridian and common god of war, discord, and massacre, and he's a lesser god, is the only one with a lawful evil alignment. Um, there is one other Wastri who's lawful neutral with evil tendencies, but that doesn't really count. So that got me thinking, there can't be just one god like that. All the people in Flanness would not, of lawful evil alignment, so approximately, 1/9 of the entire population doesn't worship Hextor. So that got me thinking, what could they worship? Because obviously some are going to, but he's a common god, so you could find Sul or Flan or other peoples worshiping him. But it just does not seem likely. And then I remembered that in one of Gary Gygax's novels, well, the collection of short stories, Knight Errant, in the story Cat or Pigeon, we get this. Um, Da-da-da-da. That sounds pretty far-fetched. 6 murders and a deception worked on a rogue thief. You are building castles of sand to stave off an invasion of wind. Gord says, I saw the ruby mark of Asmodeus on Reynald's breast. And the person he's talking to says, so he worshipped the archfiend. Many of his sort do. You should be seeking a murderer, not looking for convoluted machinations of monumental proportions. Your life is at stake, Gord. So that, I think, is our clue. And of course, it's also mentioned in the guide in the Horn Society. It says that the religion of the society is devilry, even though that's kind of contradicted later on. It is there in the folio and in the original gold box. But there has to be a really large network of people who worship archdevils, Asmodeus in particular. That's the only explanation for what all those lawful evil people worship. And that would actually add a lot of depth to things because different archdevils, would have different spheres of influence, just like different gods do. So you could have, some subcult worshiping Malzabul and another Dispotter and Geryon and so forth and so on. And that could give a lot of texture to the thing. All of the power and influence would eventually work its way up to Asmodeus, of course, because he is the archdevil. He's the ruler of the nine hells. But having cults of all the different archdevils and maybe even dukes of hell scattered around in the Flanness would not only give a nice counterbalance to the idea that Hextor is the only lawful evil deity, uh, and he's a lesser deity too, so he'd be in the same power level as Asmodeus. Um, but it would give a lot of depth to that because then you could have people who aren't necessarily warriors who are lawful evil, and they would have somebody to worship. So, I saw that and I thought it would be an interesting idea. The cult of the archdevils would be, obviously very regimented. It would mirror the organization of hell itself. So it would be you could really do a lot with this notion. And I know in later publications, not necessarily Greyhawk specific, they did raise Asmodeus to a much higher prominence than he was originally in the Monster Manual and in the Little Brown Books and so forth. But I think this would work very well in Greyhawk specifically because you only have that one lawful evil god, and you need something that would sort of, uh, you know, give a counterweight to that notion. So anyway, hope you're having a wonderful day. If you like this one, let me know what you think in the comments. Have you ever used Asmodeus as a a foil in that sense, as the leader of a cult? How widespread was it? I'd love to hear it. Um, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all later. Thanks for watching today's video. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Below you'll find links to my Patreon, which helps make these videos possible. You'll also find the web store where you can buy my books, and my blog where you'll find all sorts of free downloads and other articles. Thanks, and have a great day.